Hi, this is Figuarts and this is a review of the SH Figuarts and Figuarts Zero, Vasco and Sally from Gokaiger. And what we have here is the box art. So we have the Gokaiger logo at the bottom, Bandai Collector Shop, and their name in katakana. So why do I know that it is in katakana? Because if you write it in hiragana, it will spell or it will be on a different character. So let me write Basco. Basco. So Basco's name would be like this in hiragana. And if you write Sally's name in hiragana too, it would spell out as this way. So, and let's go through the box. I'm just giving a quick tour. So let's open the box and let's take a look what this set has to offer. Sally is nothing but a fat stump. However, this figure is highly accentuated with big pieces of spiky armor, finished with a very droopy face. She is a Figuarts Zero, which means there are no articulation points on this figure. The only accessory she has is a very decorated necklace. I just hope Sally have articulation points on the arms so it would complement Vasco in terms of posability. On the other hand, Vasco has a lot of things to work around with. Like he has 5 pairs of hands, mostly for his signature poses, and to carry 3 kinds of accessories. First, Vasco carries a gold-colored Mobirate, which has his personal symbol in replacement for the keyhole of the Ranger keys. His phone version is slightly thinner than the Gokaiger's Mobirate. Although it can open and close, it doesn't completely shut. I suggest not to flip back the phone too much because the joint is somewhat flimsy. Vasco is not complete without his trumpet-like device called the Rapparatta. And last but not the least is the CariBlade and the CariBlaster. It's a gun and sword combination, and he uses this sparingly, unless he really needs to when faced with the Gokaigers. And this is the dynamic duo, Vasco and Sally. And I'll just give you a closer look on Sally. As mentioned earlier, she is a Figuarts Zero, so there are no articulation points whatsoever. Although you can remove the head to put in the necklace, but that's it. That's only thing that you can do with Sally. And let's go through the articulation points for Vasco. We have a neck and head joint, very staple for most of the SH Figuarts. And you might think there are some hindrances because of the accents here near the that is connected with the hat, but the main hindrances are not on these, but on the furry shoulder accent here that wraps around behind his neck. And then we have shoulder articulation, and the shoulder pads do flip it up and down. And they are somewhat a nuisance to work with because of the accents here near the gloves. So I suggest if you want to play or move the arms around, you need to swivel first the elbows and then lift the arms and then bring it back in so it won't bump that much into each other. And then we have an upper torso and waist articulation, double jointed elbow swivel also in the hands, and then we have hip movement just like so, and then double jointed knees and hinge also on the foot and also on the toe. Another part that is hindering the leg articulation is this furry accent here that is connected on the belt. It is on a soft plastic, but there's nothing really you can do if you want to move the legs go towards the back. It's there. It's a really static piece on Vasco, and he has a lot of accents too, skull accents. First of all, here that is connected on his hat, and we have here on the shoulders, and then we have some on the knees and at the back, which is his symbol. And what I really like about Vasco is that most of the joints are hidden because of the guards on the boots and the knees, and also slightly on the elbows. And overall, the mold for this figure is really nice. There is one thing that you need to know about Vasco when you try to play with this figure, is if you try to force the arms to go in front, yeah, the arm comes off. It's not really a bad thing, it's just that you can easily connect it back. But if you want to force some of the joints around, there is one moment that I could easily remove the legs out and the other side of the arm. And that's all you need to know about Vasco. I was satisfied that Bandai created the armored version of Basco rather using his human form. Because according to other releases in the SH Figuarts line, Bandai trying to copy the human form or human faces is not their cup of tea. And if I were to really scrutinize Bandai's attempt to recreate this dynamic duo, I believe that Sally's face is lighter than it should be, and the spear-like accents coming out of Vasco's gauntlets look too long. That is if I want to compare these to what I've seen on the show. But overall, there's nothing really major to complain about these two figures because both have everything they need and then some. Even with the pros and cons in mind, every Gokaiger fan will be delighted and satisfied having these two in their collection. And that is my review of the SH Figuarts and Figuarts Zero, Vasco and Sally. If you want to know the details and possibilities of these two, always check out the photos at the end of the video and subscribe to my blogspot for the full written review. This is Firestarter. Thank you very much for watching and see you on my next review.